Hello my lovelies, and welcome to day 2 of our makeup bag sew along. Today we'll be creating the brush pocket on one side and the zipper pocket on the other side. So let's get started. For those pieces, you need the lining, the one that has the clear vinyl, to have it handy. Then you need your the strips for the magnets, have that handy too. You need your zipper strap. This will go on the clear vinyl pocket. Obviously you need your clear vinyl pocket piece, and then your brush holder piece, and the two pieces for the brush flap and your clear vinyl. So let's get started by creating the brush pocket first. So take your piece. If you're using a directional print, make sure it plays this way, vertically. Fold it right sides together. Give it a good press. Wrong sides together, I'm sorry. Wrong sides together, like so. And top stitch it. You're gonna top stitch with 1/8 of an inch seam allowance. Now take your right side flap, the lining, right side lining that looks like this, and lay your brush holder so the corner, the left corner matches. So you want this left corner to match, and then go ahead and sew around. Your right edge and as well as your left edge will be left raw. Your right will be closed in the magnetic strip, and the left will be closed in the center. So this is your brush pocket. If you don't plan on adding any brushes to it, and you just want this cute pocket, you can most certainly leave it as is. You don't need to add the separation stitches that I'm about to do right now. If you are doing the tutorial, the pattern as per the tutorial, the next step is to create the brush stitches, and you're going to do that 2 3/4 from this end. So 2 3/4 from here, and 4 5/8 from here. You can also eyeball them, honestly. Not all makeup brushes are the same. So 2 3/4 will be right here. I'm going to use my friction water soluble pen because this will disappear as soon as I hit it with an iron. And then it was about 5 1/2, right? I have my pattern here because I've only made this pattern once, and I want to make sure that I don't skip anything. So go ahead and sew along those two lines that you've designed, that you've created, and this will make your brush holders. Now the second vertical line. Make sure you back stitch at the beginning and at the end. How cute is this? Oh my god, it's adorable. So next step will be to create the flap pocket. So you have two pieces and a vinyl. Go ahead and lay your, make sure that you are laying your pattern pieces the way you want them to be seen. So If you're using, mine is a tossed print, so it's pretty easy, but if you're using a directional print, make sure that you're laying the pieces the way you want them to look. So I think this is what I want from my main piece, and this is what I want from my lining. So mine will look like this. So I want to attach the clear vinyl to the back. So let's make a sandwich right now. So your lining with the right side up, then your vinyl on top of that, and then the main pocket right side down. This way your vinyl is sandwiched in between, and we're going to be sewing around the side, bottom and top for the flap. I am so in love with this print. Before you turn your pattern inside, your flap inside out, make sure that you trim your corners. This way your corners will turn a lot crispier. I just want to make sure I put the vinyl on the correct edge. Since my lining and the main of the pocket flap are the same print, see, I put the vinyl on the wrong one. So when you turn in, make sure you turn in with the vinyl towards the lining of your flap. And if you have one of those tools to punch out corners, now it would be a good time to use it. Remember yesterday I was telling you when you sew with this vinyl, you want to use a Teflon foot, or you want to use a walking foot like I am right now, or you want to use water-soluble stabilizer, or even that paper that came with it. So this is my pocket flap. I'm going to go ahead and top stitch it around. You want the clear vinyl on the lining of this flap because it will protect your fabric from the makeup brush debris. That's why the pattern adds the vinyl. So this is how your flap will look like. If you look on this side, the right side, it's a little narrower than the left side. So you want to attach that to the top. Let me double check. There it is, 3/4 of an inch away from the side. Okay, so now I'm gonna take my ruler. I'm gonna mark 3/4 of an inch right here. Three-quarters of an inch, and then lay my pocket with the vinyl down. And the beauty of working with this vinyl that it acts like sewing clips. It's not, it sticks to itself, so it acts like clips. It holds it in place. So just sew along the top edge. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. There you go. Your zipper flap is now, your brush pocket is now done. Time to add the magnets. Let's start first by adding the magnetic strip. This is the magnetic part that will hold your magnets. This is what we'll be using, these two pieces. So fold the one for the right side, fold it with the wrong sides together, so it looks like so, and then match the edges. You can use a couple of pins to keep it in place. And this will cover the raw edge of your flap as well. So go ahead and sew around it with 1/8 of an inch seam allowance. To add the magnets, what you will want to do is grab your pattern piece, and if you look at the pattern piece, it has the marking for the placement of the snaps on it, so you don't have to make any measurements. And on this side we'll be adding the female part. So see, I put 2 holes in my pattern piece. This way I place my pattern piece on top and I mark the 2 holes, the 2 marking. I tend to mark just the center for them. One here, one here. See, I have one here and one here. And then we'll add the snaps, the magnetic snaps. So for that, you will grab your 2 sets, and we'll be working with the female snaps right now. The female snaps are the ones that have a hole in the center. So you need a snap and a washer, and you also need some scraps of Peltex or Decovil Heavy to go with it. It adds extra stabilization on the back, which will help to make sure that it doesn't tear in any way. So my 2 female are here, and my 2 washers, and my scraps of Peltex. No, this is. So I cut about a 1 inch by 1 inch square for each of them. Take your washer and mark your 2 slits on the Peltex. It doesn't matter if you mark them on the gluey side or the other side. Now take your washer again and place it where you put your markings on the fabric, and mark the 2 slits. Perfect. Here, if you can see. Let me dim the light a little more. It was a little too bright. So see, this is the center and the 2 slits on each side, marked with a pen. And now grab a seam ripper, and we're going to put 2 small slits. You can always make a small slit bigger. You cannot make a bigger slit smaller. So start with a small hole and work your way up if you need to. And you want to do the same thing on the Peltex. A small slit on each Peltex or Decovil Heavy. And now put your snap right in it. looks like I didn't go through all the layers. There you go. Put your female snap in it. Place your Peltex right on top. And then fold your flaps, your prongs on each side. I like to use the end of this. You can use the end of your table too. Just fold your prongs. There you go. This is how it looks like on the back. Repeat the same steps for your other female snap. Slide it in the two slits. Then on the back, your layer of Peltex, and then your washer. And I think my corner of my Peltex will go in the seam allowance, and I don't want that, so I'm going to trim my Peltex a little bit just to not have it in the seam allowance. There it goes. There it's. So your left side of the bag is done right now. We're gonna move on to working on the clear vinyl zipper pocket for the right side, for the left side, depending how you look at it. For the next and final steps of today's progress, we will be working on the vinyl pocket. This vinyl pocket can also be done with mesh, nothing different, just cut mesh instead of vinyl. You'll be following the same steps. This is not an actual pattern piece, and I had some difficulty finding it the first time I made the pattern. It is a measurement. If you look in those square tabs, you know, on the list here, you have 2 pages with the square tabs. This is piece 10 and this is piece 9, but there's no actual pattern pieces, so make sure you have those cut too. Take your zipper strap and fold the end inside 1/2 inch, and then fold one more time to create like a binding piece. What you want to do is slide your vinyl inside. This will create the edge of the vinyl, and sew with 1/8 of an inch seam allowance. Make sure that the vinyl is stuck in that binding all the way in. You don't want it sliding out. Vinyl or mesh. This is a great place to use mesh too. So this is what it will look like with the vinyl added and the band. You want to take your zipper, one of your zippers, the zipper for the pocket, and you want to slide one of your pulls. If you're using zipper by the yard, you want to slide your pulls right now before you attach it. Seal in your ends. How cute is this snowflake pull? I know a lot of people use like forks and stuff like that to add the pulls. I don't have a need for it. You just slide it at the top. Make sure that your sides match. Push it down a little bit. And then just slide. See? Easy. No extra forks needed here. And you want to decide which way you want your zipper to open. And I think mine will open like this. So I want it to look like this. I'm cutting a piece that's the size of my pocket. Oh my god, this is so beautiful. This zipper is so beautiful. So now I'm placing the zipper underneath and sewing it down. Again, make sure that your zipper tab is on the zipper that's in your project. Don't forget your zipper pull. And I'm only saying that because I've done it before. So now you'll have two lines of stitching on your zipper strap. One will be the one when you've attached your vinyl, like the bottom one, and one will be at the top. It's white on white, so you can't see it on mine. So this is how it looks like. Let's add the pocket to your left side of the lining. So let's start this time with the top. So we're going to be adding this like so. We'll create a nice little sandwich here. So fold your magnetic strap, wrong sides together, match it to the top of your, well, the top, it's actually the side of your bag lining, and just put a couple of pins only at the top because you will need to slide your zipper. So now take your little pocket and the top raw edge zipper, you'll be sliding that right in here. Center it. And now you'll put some pins on the side, and I'll show you how it looks. You want to start with the top because the pattern piece gives you an excess of vinyl that you'll be removing right now. So if you start with the bottom, then it will be too high. All right, so see, this is where we'll be stitching right now. We'll sew all around the edge. This is not attached yet. That will be the next step. So let's attach the zipper tape to perfect. So now is when we'll be finishing the pocket. You can see there's an excess vinyl here at the bottom. So if you start by putting the pocket like this, then it will go way too high. So you need to start with the top part. So let's do all around the side, the bottom, and the top of the zipper. And I want to start from the top to actually create a zipper stop. So I go a few times back and forth where the zipper ends on both sides, so you don't have risk the zipper pull just flying out. So I just go few times back and forth, and that's it. All we have left to do right now is add the magnetic male part on your magnetic strip here, just like we did for the right side. So go ahead and add your magnets, the same process as we did for the right side, and snap a picture of your two pieces of the bottom and post it in the comments of day 2 photo of the sew along album. I'm just removing the excess right now. and that will count as your check-in for day 2. And I will see you back here tomorrow when we'll be putting together the bottom of the pocket part. See you tomorrow. Bye.